Hey guys, Youngblood Fantasy 91 here with another commentary for you wonderful people. Now, as much as I despise crossovers, I still have some dislike for couple pairings, because most of the time they're just articulations of someone's delusional and quite frankly silly notions about how certain characters are supposed to function in their eyes. In the vein of this topic, this particular commentary is going to be on AMVAnimals. Wow, such a clever username, and her take on My Little Pony pairings. Yeah, they're totally worth discussing about if you want to play the triviality game in which you have to have an issue for every single goddamn thing implanted on God's green earth. I'll listen in and I'll see what I have to say about this.
Hello, this is a rant about the My Little Pony couples or shippings,
Because, of course, the most prime location to record audio is anywhere where someone is mowing the lawn. I'll be sure to record my next commentary next to a construction site and hope that the jackhammers add something to my voice.
Now, I'm going to start off with Rainbow Dash being lesbian. Yes, I hate the fact that she could be considered a lesbian. I honestly don't know who started that, but whoever did, I think they are stupid.
Look, does it really effing matter that someone went the extra mile and associated Rainbow Dash with the gay and lesbian movement simply because of her rainbow mane? Sure, it sounds like an arbitrary association, but I'm not going to get my boxers in a bunch because someone assumed the visible light spectrum always correlates with anything LGBT.
But, no, I'm going to start off with Apple Dash, Rainbow Dash and Applejack couple. Yes, these are a very likely couple to happen.
Okay, hold the damn phone. Are you trying to tell me you have a dislike, no, a fervent hate for people who think Rainbow Dash is a lesbian, and yet you think this couple pairing is valid in your eyes? If you guys didn't think God tier flip-flopping existed, well, you just saw it happen.
If the show was for older and more mature people, not little 5-year-old girls, but anyways.
Now, see, the show itself was probably made for kids, but of course, since all the bronies began sprouting out of nowhere, it's pretty obvious the main demographic consists of teenagers and perhaps a few adults. Of course, that sounds quite out of place, but since they're there, we gotta acknowledge that they're there. Since that fact flew over your head, I'm pretty sure I can say you have little to no familiarity with the show itself.
Yeah, Apple Dash and Rainbow Jack, they are very sporty and athletic.
So I suppose Rainbow Dash and Applejack are both convertibles, since they are very sporty. Also, they come with a 5-year unlimited warranty for $149 a month. This offer is only available at your local Nissan dealer.
And they are very much alike. But Applejack tends to be a better sport than Rainbow Dash. She doesn't really care about losing or winning. She just thinks of it as good fun. But Rainbow Dash pretty much considers everything a competition.
I don't know, you just said that they were very alike, and yet to me they both seem like distinct characters. I don't understand the mentality of these people and their couple pairings. It's like you're forcing these characters to be together under the auspices of your warped imagination. How much do you want to bet someone will throw the imagination card at me and tell me I fail at life because I didn't spend my time drawing pony couple fan art when I could have done something called living?
I could see this being a problem in their relationship, and they also both tend to be a little stubborn, so that could lead to some arguments. Next is Flutterdash.
Again, another couple with Rainbow Dash. Seriously, can I trust anything you say? First you say Rainbow Dash as a lesbian destroys your soul. Then you offer not one, but 2 examples of couples that you feel work out. What I like to know is, how in the hell do you define a relationship? Because last I checked, couple pairings are usually never platonic. You know, it's times like these where the almighty script can come in handy. But what voice do I have? Pony couple pairings are so epic sex!
Rainbow Dash tends to go very easy on Fluttershy and care more about her than any of the other ponies. So yeah, I could definitely see, and that's another reason why they would be a good couple.
I suppose that's a relativistic observation, but still, you are literally contradicting what you said previously concerning Rainbow Dash. And what you are doing here sets the stage for the perception of Rainbow Dash as a lesbian. Clearly, you need to check your runaway train of thought before it creates a logical aftermath online.
Next couple. Rainbow Pie or Pinky Dash.
My sweet lord. Excuse me. Do I really need to mention again why you are completely derailing yourself by showing couples involving Rainbow Dash? I'm not even going to say it. That's it. That's the line. Just continue the video.
I would lean towards Pinky Dash for the name, because Rainbow Pie just sounds dumb. Anyways, so, yes, they both tend to live the fullest in their life and enjoy life at its fullest.
Half of what she says is meaningless, but she says it just to reach those pony fans.
So, and they both like to prank people, or ponies, I should say. So yeah, that would be a good reason of why they could be a couple. Anyways.
Great, you dislike a fictional pony character. Would you like a cookie for that statement?
So, Pinkie Pie I do not like.
And that's what sparks the inhuman urge for fans to argue and bitch and moan over which couples are better or worse, because our minds have to spend such a massive amount of time debating over this complex problem, aside from the meaning of life, how we perceive time, and why this show actually exists.
Now I am going to go to a Twilight Sparkle.
This is a Twilight Sparkle. These are Twilight Sparkles. What, are you going to pair up huge balls of hot gas that are located perhaps light years away from our solar system with ponies? Frankly, I'm not surprised that already happened.
And I'm going to go to Twilight Sparkle and Rainbow Dash.
You sound like you're broken up over these wonderfully amazing pony pairings. Would you like a Kleenex?
Now,
without a coherent script, people can truly create the sound of silence. Unless you have a lawnmower.
I could honestly not see this couple happening at all. It's a very unpopular fan base for it.
Okay, here's what I have heard the whole time. You spouting your opinions about pony couples, contradicting your hatred for Rainbow Dash being called a lesbian, and literally just analyzing each couple. At nowhere, at any point, did you actually rant. Ranting is more in your face and to the point rather than what you're doing. Clearly, you misled me from the get-go.
And it's a very short fan base of Twilight Sparkle and Rainbow Dash for being a couple. Anyways, yeah, I could see Rainbow Dash does not like to be,
Okay, that's it. This part is dragging on. Cue in the...
But that's not always like you. But Twilight Sparkle, she's really laid back and calm and takes her time on everything, when Rainbow Dash likes to do everything fast. So I could definitely see that being a conflict.
I would make an obvious sex joke here, but fortunately for you guys, I actually have standards.
In their, relationship. And, also, Rainbow Dash hates to be wrong or lose. So I could definitely see that be a conflict with, Twilight and Rainbow Dash, because Twilight tends to be very smart because she's read all those books in her library.
Perhaps you could have worded that better and stated that Twilight is introverted and wants to focus on her books rather than winning and losing because they have no significance in her lexicon, whereas Rainbow Dash would rather be extroverted and make everything into a competition. Another reason why scripts are so indispensable.
Anyways, Rarity and Rainbow Dash, no.
At least you hate this one too, but still, everything is in relation to Rainbow Dash, so I can only assume you're a closet supporter of Rainbow Dash being a lesbian. If not, the whole pony pairing system is out of whack, given that every one of these ponies has to be a lesbian, unless if you included interspecies nonsense, which again makes no sense. Again, I feel a twinge of the pure imagination card stabbing my back as I speak.
I cannot even picture them as a couple. I've really never seen almost any fan art for that.
Then why is there fan art of Rarity and Rainbow Dash right now?
But, no. I would say, like, the two most popular couples for Rainbow Dash would be Apple Dash and Flutter Dash. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know why you have to talk about which couples are legitimate or not, because in the end, it's all opinion, and it's all about how some people have a strange understanding about how to appreciate their characters. And this is still not a rant. Ugh! But
then there's also a couple who I almost never see,
You know, I could just say that these pauses can be easily corrected, but given that I am not one for repeating information over and over, I feel that retreading the same ground is only going to give you more motivation to disregard what I say.
Talked about, it is Spirit Fire in Rainbow Dash. Yes, Even though I am totally against the fact of Rainbow Dash being a lesbian, I would honestly love to see these two as a couple.
Even she admits that she would reject her beliefs about Rainbow Dash just to see these two ponies together. My god, I fear for your ability to be decisive, because saying you ardently hate something one minute and then suddenly loving something the next clearly means you have a severe case of vacillation.
They just seem so much alike and are probably the most likely to be a couple if Lauren Frost ever did make them a couple, which will never happen.
And I'm sure it will, because no one by the name of Lauren Frost ever even thought of the show. She's probably a resident of some suburb in Kentucky who has no idea what the first thing about My Little Pony is, or why she has just been mentioned on YouTube.
But then there's also Soren and...
Unwarranted fumbling over words is unwarranted, and means you suffer from a lack of being able to improvise your speech-itis.
And Spitfire or Spiritfire?
No, it's just Spitfire, not Spiritfire, or Spirit Sword, or Spirit Gun, or Mrs. Doubtfire, or anything that isn't the word Spitfire.
Are part of the Wonderbolts, and we all know Rainbow Dash is a big fan of the Wonderbolts, so yes, Soren and Rainbow Dash, I would love to see them as a couple also.
Finally, a straight couple that actually panders to your opinion. Oh wait, your opinion on Rainbow Dash changes every second, so, the couple works for you? Indecisiveness.
They do seem a lot alike, and they're the most likely because this is the only couple, this is the only pairing where Rainbow Dash is not a lesbian, so, yeah.
But you supported couples that involved Rainbow Dash being a lesbian. Looks like this lady loves the beach because she has a tendency to sport those flip-flops.
Next couple, I would like to go to Rarity and Spike, or Spikety.
Ah, finally, a couple that doesn't involve Rainbow Dash. Wow, I'm actually getting excited over a new couple pairing even though I don't like the show or the characters. Good God, what have I become?
So, possibly the most hated couple by me would be Trixie and Twilight Sparkle. Most of their fan art seems to be sexual.
And all the other fan art for the other pony couples aren't. Rule 34 is an all-encompassing fact of life, unfortunately.
I would not consider them much as a couple. I would consider them more of sex buddies, but...
And yet you could say the same thing about every previous couple you mentioned, given that all these couples are predisposed to having some creepy bastard draw smutty illustrations of unnatural pony love. That observation was unfortunately invalid.
Anyways, yes. So, there's also a Spike and Owlicious couple. I don't know what gender Owlicious is, but that may make Spike gay. I'm not sure.
God, Spike's sexuality flip-flops almost as much as you do.
And so that's pretty much it for all the My Little Pony couples in this rant. So I'm going to go. Bye.
And that's the way it is. Now look, you can have your opinions about MLP and all that, but when it comes down to it, you simply are indecisive about your points, and you have undeserved hate for certain couple pairings. All you are doing is splitting hairs about the issue, favoring pony couples you feel are better or worse in quality, thus inadvertently inciting wars between you and other people concerning all of this. And I feel that is inconsequential to discuss or even debate about, given that all of these pairings are extraneous to the story and have no bearing on the plot of NLP or canon facts of the show. They are simply the result of someone's overactive imagination trying to suspend human reason. Trust me, Sonic couples are the exact same deal. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this. This is Youngblood Fantasy 91, and ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you all on the brighter later.
Living there you'll be free if you truly